In this video, we're going to begin our discussion with multiplying polynomials. So we want to start off with multiplying a monomial by a polynomial. So when I see one term multiplied by a polynomial, the first thing I do is I'm going to use the distributive property. 5x squared times negative 3x to the fourth. Well, that's negative 15. Remember, when you multiply exponents, you add, so x squared times x to the fourth is x to the sixth. 5 times 6 is 30. X squared times x squared is x to the fourth. 5 times negative 8 is negative 40. X squared times x is x cubed. And 5 times 7, that's 35, times x squared gives you 35x squared. They're not like terms. You can't combine anything. We're done here. Okay, now we're going to distribute this monomial to every single term inside the trinomial. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. X cubed times x is x to the fourth. Y times y to the fourth is y to the fifth. Negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 6 is 18. X cubed times x squared is x to the fifth. Y times y squared is y cubed. Negative 3 times a negative 4, that's a positive 12. X cubed times x cubed is x to the sixth. And y times y is y squared. None of these terms are like terms. We're done here. So now we're going to multiply polynomials using the distributive property. So now, instead of having one term, we have two terms here. But we can still use the distributive property. So I'm going to take this 2x and multiply by every single term that's here, which is x plus 5. And I'm going to do the same thing with this positive 3. I'm going to multiply by every single term here. And now I can use the distributive property. 2x squared plus 10x plus 3x plus 15. Combine like terms. So that's 2x squared plus 13x plus 15. Okay, let's take a look at the next example then. So again, I'm going to take this 7x and multiply by every single term in this polynomial. And I'm going to do the same thing with the negative 1. Okay, distribute. And remember, here a negative times a negative is a positive. Combine like terms. And we're done here. Okay, let's take a look at the next example then. So again, same thing. I'm going to take this x and multiply by x squared minus 3x minus 8. And I'm going to take this positive 4 and multiply by x squared minus 3x minus 8. Distribute. Okay, combine like terms. Bring down the minus 32. No more like terms. I can't do anything else here. Okay, let's take a look at the next example then. Again, same thing. I'm going to take now this 2x squared and multiply it by 5x squared plus 2x minus 8 minus x times 5x squared plus 2x. That's a minus 8. And do the same thing with the 3. So distribute. Okay, so now that I've multiplied, now we combine like terms. And bring down the minus 24. In the next video, we'll talk about another way that I can multiply two binomials together.